Okay, so we go live on YouTube. We're live. Good evening, YouTube. We did it. Thanks to you, Graham, and Erica, and my tech god over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, now what can I close down so I don't see three versions of myself? I feel like I'm in Inception right now. When the mirror pops open, she just sees multiple layers of herself. I can get rid of this one. Okay. And can I get rid of this one? Okay. Can everyone still see me?
Yeah.
We all good?
Yes.
Jamie? All right. And that's Jamie's nice, warm welcome to you all. All right. Oh, yeah, what happens if someone posts a little thing? Now, yeah, jump in. Jump in. I know. What happens if
it will show
I need this larger so I can tell for myself. Oh, it just gives the link to the GIF. Finishing yours next. On your way. All right. Hey, John and Mathos. I've never actually tried to enunciate your name out loud before. Shy little darling. My darling Zara. Hello, hello. And if you guys would like to talk, chat, engage with me, not you, YouTube. You have to join my Patreon. But my patrons who are here chatting live with me, just jump into the YouTube live chat channel and you can ask away. All of your questions, say hi to me, because you can see me, but I cannot see you, although I wish I could. I'm going to give you all a moment to get used to this concept because no one's typing yet, and this is very new to me as well. Before we went live, I had 3 versions of me over on one screen, and it was mind-fucking me. Anyway, and not in the good way. So, all right, can everyone see and type? Yes, we're checking in with the fam now. For those of you who are watching live on YouTube, good evening, welcome. We are broadcasting, and this is our first attempt, so bear with us if we have any technical issues, but we are broadcasting directly from my Discord, directly with my patron community. She can't hear. Okay, Zara can't hear. Matt can't hear. Can anyone else hear? See? So bear with us, YouTube. You can hear. Okay. YouTube should be able to hear me as well. All right. So YouTube, you're going to have to be a little patient with us this evening. And I know that you are not able to chat for those of you who are watching live on YouTube. I'm sorry, but we did it on purpose. If you would like to chat and be a part of this amazing community, you can join my Patreon. Go over to patreon.com/LXerotica to join these. Matt can hear me loud and clear, and you guys can see exactly what my community is typing in real time. That's another amazing reason why we decided to do it this way, is there's no delay, so we can engage with each other in real time, and it's a beautiful thing. Also, welcome to the new digs tonight, children. Do you like my new pad? Isn't it fabulous? Who do we got in here? We got Natalia, Adam, John. We got Paris, baby. Sweet tea, my sweet drink of sun tea. How are you, baby? I'm so glad you're here. Children, we've got some great questions for you tonight. We got some questions that I took from conversations we've had recently here in Discord that have been really insightful and really amazing. And we also, I took some of your YouTube questions as well. So I do read your comments. If they are loving and constructive and appropriate, I read your comments. So I will answer your questions when I get to them. Sometimes they're worthy of making an entire video. Sometimes we just talk about them here on the live. So that's another great reason to be a part of this community. Not only that, these are the best group of people ever. Now, I do want to say, perfect, gorgeous background to go with the gorgeous goddess. Look at you, John. John, do you see my hair? Do you like my new hair? I had some zhuzh. I had it zhuzhed up a little bit. Ladies. You know what I mean, ladies? Little one helped you? Good. A tech-savvy little one. I mean, that's a pretty great combination. Pretty wonderful combination. And Dawn, hey Dawn, so glad you're here. Is this your first Q&A? If so, and you would like to engage with me directly, then go over to the YouTube live chat channel over on Discord. You should be able to see it just a couple channels up, and you can type and engage with me in the community. Now, a couple of things, family. We have some announcements for those of you who are patrons, you know. We're like the kinky Waltons here is what we call each other. For those of you on YouTube, come join the fun, come join the family. We're awesome. So a couple shout outs. Goddess is summertime ready. I know. And the more I tan my Irish ass, the better it's going to look. And thank Miss Elle's kitten for talking me out of just going in the backyard and putting like streaks of peroxide and lemon in my hair. Okay? It's like, why can't that be a thing? I'll just go in the backyard, lay out, some, We decided to go the professional route, and I'm glad we did. Anyway, so, any ladies feel my pain on that one? It's like, I don't want to spend 3 hours. Squeeze some lemon. Did that in the 90s. Not cute, right? I'm a child of the 90s, okay? I thought we would have learned from the Britney episode. I know. And we did. We did learn. Your little one dyes your hair? Look at that. I'm having Miss Elle's kitten practice her updos for me. Oh, am I too loud already?
It's just a little bit on YouTube.
My lover is coming in here and just delicately turning me down. I bet he wishes that really worked, like in Stepford Wives. But we're not going to go there. Toxic, misogynistic message. Stealth mode. I know, he's super sneaky, right? I thought he was supposed to turn you up. He's supposed to turn me on. That's what we're going for. Neither up nor down, just on. Cue Nora Jones. All right, so chat. My family. All right. I'm just sitting here waiting for you. Anyway, great to be here. Good. Okay. So, 3 orders of business before we begin, children. And these are all good things, so don't tune me out. It's not like the boring order of business. I got you. First thing, we released the audio of Chattel the other day on Patreon, which is very juicy. We have a couple when Harry met Sally moments in there. And he's not here right now, but our lovely and gracious friend Gray donated his vocal talent and acted with me a little bit in that story. So everyone, I wanted to just acknowledge Gray and thank him because I totally was in a rush to get the post out and I did not acknowledge him in the post. I will have Tech God spank me later for that. Anyway, so Gray, I wanted to go out of my way right now to say thank you so much for, again, lending your amazing, wonderful vocal talent. We all appreciate you. And if you guys would like to jump into the YouTube live chat, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, and give Gray some accolades, or on Patreon, go ahead and comment on that post and let Gray know what a wonderful job he did, because he did a fabulous, fabulous job. And he had some allergies that day, so he powered through some allergies and showed up for all of you. Now, second order of business, let me just check that one off my list. Second order of business, this wonderful shawl that you see here, isn't it wonderful and lovely? This came in from my darling Sweet Tea. Thank you so much. I wear it all the time. I actually took Jamie for a walk in it the other day, and it was blowing in the wind, and I felt it was luscious. I loved it. It added a whole new sensory element to it. And all of the rings are from Barney. Hey, ooh, look at that hot animation. No pun intended. Join my Patreon community. They're the best. Patreon.com/LXerotica. So, these lovelies came in from Barney. Barney, thank you so much. And you all are dressing me. The top came in from Phoenix. Phoenix thought I would look fabulous in the top, and she sent it in, and it does look fabulous, does it not? So props to Phoenix. And then my slippers that I wear all the time around the house. Yes, I'm the one that wears fuzzy high-heeled slippers around my house. Yes, welcome to my life. That came in from my sweet girl, Miss Elle's kitten. Oh, I live in these. So basically, I'm only dressing myself 1/5 of my outfit because I have the best babies ever. My pink ones will be there in June when you get here. Miss Elle's kitten and I have some fun things planned for you all. She's coming to visit me, and we're going to play and relax and scar some vanillas a little bit and celebrate someone's little birthday. So it's going to be a very fun thing. I cannot wait to share some content with you all during and after that trip. Okay. Oh, and also, for those of you who don't know, I see you, Graham. I have a podcast. It's called The DS Effect. It's pretty much on any platform where you can listen to podcasts, and it's pretty awesome. Change your life. Change your DS dynamic for the better. You can also follow me in my witty, I like to think, and charming one-liners on Twitter. They finally convinced me to do it. So you can thank my community for that if you like the content there on Twitter. And then she's a working list-making ninja. She is the best submissive that I could have possibly envisioned. Let me take a moment. I have recently taken on a personal submissive, and my vetting process is very, very intense, and I take my time, and I do not move quickly, and I do not trust easily, and anything that all the compatibilities, check. All of the things that I knew that I was looking for and needed as a dominant, check. But beyond that, just all of the little sneaky things that you don't realize until you're conversing with someone on a normal basis, engaging with someone on a normal basis, check, check, check. And like Mr. Growls is saying, she is absolutely wonderful, absolutely dedicated. She makes my life, Mr. B's life, so much easier. And she looks really, really adorable doing it. So, everyone, if she has blessed your life in any way, shape, or form here on the server, go ahead and give her some love in the YouTube live chat. It would honor me, and I know that she would very much appreciate it. So, I'm not crying. You're crying. You're crying, and I love it when you cry, in a good, happy cry. So go ahead and good, happy cry all you want. All right. Very, very cute. Okay, so you're welcome, my dear. Next one. Also, if you guys are enjoying this new live format, if you guys are enjoying this new live format where we can speak to each other in real time and be here on our server together, Graham did that as well. Mr. Growls and Miss Elle's kitten both did an exceptional job. They've been working their cute little booties off. And they absolutely deserve accolades and thank you and gratitude and appreciation. So thank you all so much. You are all so wonderful. Sending all the love to your Spice Girl. Your Spice Girl that you go and eat just mouthfuls of vegan donuts with. No, I'm never letting you live it down. You don't really want me to anyway. You like the little lime, I can't say the word because we're live on YouTube, but the things that you put in someone's mouth when you do not want them to speak, except these are limes, real lime, just kind of shove it in there. Anyway, won't get censored for saying assassin. You won't. I know we were going through some pretty intense bots there for a minute. Best submissive. She is so lovely, isn't she? Shy little darling. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh, Matt, that's very, very sweet. Mr. Growls has been a huge part of this, too. He helped me go live today and he's going to continue helping me go live in the future. So thank you to our resident ASMR growler, Mr. Growls. Now, if Mr. Growls unmutes his mic temporarily and gives us a growl, will the chat be able to hear it? Ooh, yes? Okay, give us one growl, Mr. Growls. Yes, but I have a mouthful of crisps. Hey, we're keeping it real right now. We're keeping it real up in the chat. Thank you, Graham, for waiting. My visual is now just remnants of crisps all over your desk. So I'm really glad that that we thought this through. Oh my goodness. We haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Yay, you found the chat. Yes. My poor babies. Yes, we've changed up the format a little bit. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Yes. It's one kind of uncomfortable adjustment. You're decrisp. He is decrisped, children. Do we want to growl? I vote yes. All those in favor, chat yes. Yes, yes. It's 3 yeses, 4, 5, 6 yeses. We've got lots of yeses. All right, Graham, go ahead, unmute your mic and give us your best. Give us your best. Like you're coming for us, Graham. Give us that growl. Uh-oh. It was so deep, our ears couldn't even handle it, children. We couldn't hear it. We haven't tested this out before, chat. So if those of you who are watching on YouTube, welcome. This is the first time we've done this format before. Oh, Graham, I'm sure it was amazing. I'm sure it was amazing. How about that? How about that? It's because we aren't in the voice chat. Smart. We don't know what we're doing over here, essentially. But everyone's saying he has the best growls. So we're going to go with it. Oh, no. I'm blurry. Hold on. I hate it when the camera does that. We'll let it figure it out. Join Patreon to hear him growl. There you go. There you go. I look forward to hearing it one of these times. You will. You will. You will. Okay. Let's see. Are we back? I think we're back. Okay. He growls like a true Scottish lion. Yes. Yes. All right. So, Graham and Miss Elle's kitten, we all love you and thank you and appreciate you for all of the hard work on this. You've done such an amazing job, and you know I love you, Miss Elle's kitten. Anyway, our next one. We've got our resident doctor in the house, Dr. K, who just kicked some major booty, chat, because she had a really killer final. Would you like Dr. K to share the final? Was it chemistry? I can't remember. Anyway, she is in a Harvard medical program, okay? And it was a chemistry final, and she dominated it. Absolutely dominated it. She did such a great job prepping and studying, and so we have all told her when she graduates, we're all her patients, essentially. So, Dr. K, thank you so much for all of your hard work so that you can be my doctor one of these days. I would love it and appreciate it so very much. All right. So that goes out, all that love and appreciation to you, Dr. K. Great job. More proud. She is amazing. She's amazing. We love her. And yes, I mean, you're already going to have how many patients? Like, you're already going to have over like a dozen patients, Dr. K. Even Mr. Growls, which means a Scottish trip. Ooh, yes. Yes. Maybe that would be smart anyway. If I came to visit you, Graham, because me and Tech God want to do a Outlander tour, chances are I'm probably going to want to explore places that I shouldn't and get myself injured. It would be smart to have a Dr. K just ready for us. Want to join? Aw, I know that would be fun. That'd be a fun trip. So, anyway, now that we have had our family chat with the best group of kinksters you could ever possibly imagine, we are going to jump into some questions today, children. Now, how many minutes are we in? I have no idea, and I do not see a clock anywhere. Miss Elle's kitten, could you please cue me in? How long have we been kind of opening it up here? 21 minutes in? Oh, beautiful. I think that's more than enough time for everyone on Patreon to make their way over if they desire to join us tonight. So let's jump into some questions. Now, a time reminder. Yeah, let me know when we've got, I want to do like an hour from now. I'll go over 20 minutes. That's fine. So let me know when we're about 30 minutes in from that 1 hour. Thank you. Okay, my brain. All right. So this first question came from a chat that we had here on Discord a couple days ago. And I thought it was I think it's really important to talk about, because there will be times in your DS dynamic, in your play, no matter how prepared you are, no matter how mindful you are, that miscommunications will happen. And accidents or mistakes, if you want to call it that, will happen. And what happens when you as the dominant break your submissive's trust? And this question came in the other day. Has any subtype lost trust in their dominant before? And were they able to build that trust back over time? And then the further question is, if so, how? How were you able to rebuild trust? So for any of you in the chat who would like to share your thoughts or your stories that you feel comfortable doing, you are more than welcome to do so. But I think for me, I think that is a really important question that I want to just talk about for everyone, because you might very well run into that where you don't even intend to, but you cause a hurt and it breaks your submissive trust. You accidentally violate a boundary. Maybe you thought you fully communicated and you didn't. Maybe you miscommunicated. Maybe you thought you both understood each other and were on the same page, but you weren't. So even if your motives are totally pure and totally good, mistrust can happen. What do? Are you doomed? Is the dynamic doomed? Or is your DS life, your BDSM fun, just totally over? And I don't think so. I think you as the dominant can handle it in a very wise way to rebuild trust. So I think with this question, it's very important, dominants, to know how and why did you break trust? In what area did you break trust? Is this a physical safety thing where now they just don't want to do suspension bondage anymore because there was trust broken in that sense, in a physical element, in sort of one facet of your play? Or is this more of a character thing where maybe some inconsistencies in your words and behaviors are causing them to mistrust you? Or maybe this is a relational thing, that there are just old wounds or pent up things that are causing mistrust. What do? And the first step, I would say, is identify where that point of trust has been broken and why. What did you Communicate, even if you did not mean to, even if you did not intend to. What did you, intentionally or not, communicate to your submissive? What message did they receive? Because if you're confused about it, they obviously received a message that caused them to distrust you, and you don't feel like you sent that message. So I think it's identifying, number one, identify where the mistrust is and why it took place. And then I think discussing that with your submissive in a very, very safe and calm way. Wait till all emotions have died down. They are calm, you are calm, and then create that safety and just share, I feel like there is a little bit of the disconnection between us, and I want to rebuild that. What would it take, me as the dominant? What would it take? What do I have to show you? What are you looking for, submissive, so that you can trust me again? And then at that point, be consistent. Be very, very consistent in that realm, that behavior pattern, whatever they said, be very consistent in it. And the more time that goes by that your submissive sees a track record of your character, of your behavior, the more safety they're going to feel. So I think that's really the key, is you reestablish, after there's been a hurt or a mistrust, you reestablish that environment of safety. Because remember our flow. Remember our flow here. Safety, trust, vulnerability, then intimacy. If trust is lacking, that's the second step. So we have to go back a step. What's really lacking that's causing that lack of trust? Safety. So it's about consistently rebuilding that sense of safety, especially in whatever facet it was lost. Does that make sense? Are you tracking with me? My beautiful, smart, wise babies? And does anyone have any other thoughts, perspectives that you would like to share? One of the things I love about our Discord, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, it's such a beautiful community because we are all so open to share your thoughts, share your perspectives. Every perspective is a learning opportunity. And so I feel like I just want to applaud my community right now. They do that very, very well. They're so humble and so open and so willing to just, I want to hear your story and I want to hear your perspective and learn from you. Track record is a dead giveaway of future behavior. Absolutely. Patterns do not lie. Patterns do not lie. And even inconsistency is a pattern. Okay? So pay attention. Patterns do not lie. Oh, did you just read or listen to Chattel? Or are you relating it to this discussion in some way? Relating? Also recently read. Okay, so relate it. Humility from your dominant is everything. Dr. K, bridge that for me. Bridge that for me. You should go and listen to that story. It's really good. It's a good, juicy femdom story. All right. So we're having my time for me for 2 weeks. It was swoons. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube who may not know what they're talking about, Chattel is my recent audio erotica that I published on Patreon. I write erotica. I've published 3 series of BDSM erotica on Amazon, where you can go and pick that up. They're called Red Room Diaries. Search Red Room Diaries or Miss LX, and you will find all 3 books there. But what they're talking about right now is Chattel. I also release for my patrons every month a new audio story. So we take some from the published books, some from patron-only stories that you can only read if you join Patreon. So this was one of them. That was from Red Room Diaries Volume 2, Chattel. Like when you organize my time for me for 2 weeks. Go to Amazon and get your copy of Red Room Diaries. Go and listen to that story. So they're liking Chattel. I'm so glad. Okay, Dr. K is gonna bridge the gap for us. Beautiful. Okay. The stories are so hot, they'll melt your neighbor's pants. Graham, I love that. I love you. I love how you phrase things. That was amazing. T-shirt, write that down. I will fucking make a t-shirt out of that. The stories are so hot, they'll melt your neighbor's pants. Bedroom Diary. I love this. I love this. So, you love that quote? It's hilarious. And he says it in this rich Scottish accent, too. Natalia, I got you. Just bring out your own creativity. I don't know quite what you mean by that, Matt, but thank you so much. And, ooh, I love that animation. Ooh, ooh, it's so hot, you don't want to touch it. Okay. Anyway. So good. What? You really expected me not to do that at some point? I mean, the idea is to put that slogan on a t-shirt. That was Miss Elle's kitten. She's got her advertising, I want to make mama money on. Such a good girl. Now wants to light everything on fire. If there's like random animations of fire that goes off, don't worry. My house is not burning down. My submissive is just trying to fuck with me. Live. All right. Now I want to light everything on fire. I know that's going on right now. And then she does the evil grin. Yes. Yes. I know this. And I provide the spark for you all. Well, good. I'm glad that we can spark things. Hey, we have another one of our lovely family members with us today. We've got Naughty Seductress. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I have no idea when you joined. We've been on a little bit of an interesting rant, but I just saw you. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so next one. Okay, Dr. K says, you told me to feel the things I needed to feel, the bad things. I struggled a bit acknowledging it because I felt impeded progress, my focus on studies. However, acknowledging it was an integral part of the process and me getting focused. Trusting your advice. Oh, that is so sweet, Dr. K. She's so amazing. She's so sweet. I love you, Dr. K. All right. So let's see here. And by the way, chat, I don't know if you see this, but everyone on Patreon, your usernames to the live, that's exactly, John, that's exactly the face I'm picturing from Miss Elle's kitten right now. That's exactly the face that I'm picturing. So for those of you patrons, you are still kind of anonymous. The live chat cannot see your usernames. So if you do have a question, but you're worried about it being shared publicly, whatnot, you are totally anonymous. YouTube is just seeing like colors essentially. So you are good. Who else just joined us here? Or did it go? Okay, I thought I saw someone else in here. Adam, Dawn, did I say hi to you? My goodness. Okay. That's a relief. Okay, good. We wanted to respect your privacy as much as we could. Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't even know that that was a feature. And then that was something that Mr. Growls and Miss Elle's kitten found for us. And I thought that was so wonderful. Yes, I loved that. I loved that. All right. So let's, I want to jump to a YouTube question. I'm just feeling this one right now. Okay, so I'm just feeling this one right now, so I want to talk about it. Let's see. It says, my sub, and this is from YouTube, so if you ask this question and you're watching live on YouTube, hello! I did read your question, and here we go. So, more like a reward. I know. All right, so the question is, my sub loves to be punished. I love that we're using that word like that. But she behaves and never gives me a reason to punish. Everything near the pain point seems to be a red flag. It's at a point where I ask myself, are we even real dom and sub, or are we just role-playing? Oh, and I want to unpack this one because I think that the basis of this question is rooted in a massive misconception about the BDSM community and dominance as a whole. You ready to go deep? Who's ready to go deep diving with me? I don't have to. I can tap around on the shallow surface if that would be fun for you all. Let's go! All right. They're like, this is why we're here. All right. So what I see here is, let's break it down. Let's break it down really, really simply. Let's scuba. Yes, Dr. K. I love it. So let's break down the dynamic here first. And it says, my sub loves to be punished, but she behaves and never gives me a reason to punish. Okay, so he has a very, and I know the person that typed this, so he has a very well-behaved submissive that does everything she can to avoid punishment. And punishment to her is physical pain, because he says in the next line, everything near the pain point seems to be a red flag. So we have a dominant male with a submissive female who is a well-trained, well-behaved submissive female who is not a masochist, okay? He's asking himself, it's at a point where I ask myself, are we even real dom and sub? And that's what I want to get to. He has a standard in his mind of what a real dom and sub looks like. And it's not this. To me, it seems like a very well-functioning DS dynamic. Right? I mean, is that just me? The description seems very well-functioning. My sub loves to be punished, okay? So she might be a little playful, right? She's not a hardcore masochist. She behaves, never gives him a reason to punish. Right. Okay? And he's saying everything, so he's identified. Why would one want to actually get in trouble? I see you. So, everything near the pain. So he's recognizing she's not a masochist, and she's very well behaved. That sounds like I think a healthy dynamic has limited to no punishments. I think with a well-trained submissive who you've built devotion in, you shouldn't be actively having to punish. Correct. I'm with you, John. I'm with you on that one. So I'm seeing a very healthy, functional DS dynamic with kinky play, with BDSM scenes, and yet he's thinking it's just a role play, and it doesn't feel like real dom and sub. I'm going to challenge you here. You want more punishment, not punishment in a dynamic? Yes, right? You should definitely feel free to add in punishment, though, if that is what they desire. Right. And that's what they're doing. My sub loves to be punished. Say it again for the people in that. Okay, so I think a healthy relationship with the knowledge of the sub's kinks, impact play, could still integrate pain play in their scenes. Right. But there's not even a need for that. That's my point. He's saying she behaves and never gives them a reason to punish. So she's avoiding physical pain and she's avoiding punishment. And to her, they go together, right? Because she's not a masochist. So to her, physical pain and punishment are together in some way, shape, or form. So she loves being punished, and he knows that. He knows he's more sadistic than he realizes. Maybe so. I'm thinking by the fact, and yes, I think Dr. K, you're onto something. I'm thinking by the fact, and you're saying that too, wonderful. The fact that he's jumping in his mind to, I'm playing a role, indicates to me that he doesn't feel authentic in what he's doing. And that, to me, totally cues me in on Dr. K's conclusion that he might be more sadistic, looking for more of an impact play kind of thing with his submissive, And that would feel authentic to him, and it's just not there because she's so well behaved. So I think you're very, very onto something there. So to answer this question, yes, if you are watching this on YouTube, yes, you are a real dominant and submissive. But what I think is happening is you haven't fully communicated your desires, your limits, and your expectations of one another. This isn't just data that you get from your submissive. This is data you have to give as well, dominant, in this relationship. And I think if you both discuss, here are my boundaries, here are my limits, here's what I'm looking for, perhaps you can integrate more of that type of play into your dynamic. But right now, it might just be a lack of communication where you clearly understand what she likes and what seems to be her limits, but the fact that you even said everything near the pain point seems to be a red flag. That's very interesting to me. I would want you to speak that and say everything near the pain point is a red flag. So the fact that you have spoken that way indicates to me there's some ambiguity in your knowledge of where your submissive's boundaries lie. And that's why I did that video on the 3 biggest dominance killers. And one of the things that I said in that video is ignorance is a dominance killer. And if you are the dominant in this relationship and it's not going in the direction you want, that's technically on you. So if you are not maneuvering this or elevating this or stretching her beyond her perceived limits in a safe way that she consents to, and things are stagnant, that's on you, my friend. But maybe you're stagnating and maybe you're not pushing for more of the type of play that you like because you are ignorant of her boundaries. And that's totally normal and natural. If you don't know where her fence line is, if you don't have this is where her line is, this is when she will no longer consent, you're going to stay so close to the middle because you don't know where the fence is. Maybe that's the case. I'm intuitively feeling that if you're kind of crippled as a dominant, and if there's play that you want, then it's your opportunity to start pushing, moving, guiding that direction gently, slowly, safely, with consent. But if there's stagnation and you as the dominant are feeling inauthentic in what you're doing, that's a red flag that things haven't been properly communicated, boundaries haven't been established in the way that they need to, and you need to build some confidence in what you want as a dominant as well. So does anyone have any other questions or perspectives or insights to that? I love these opportunities because it allows my community to share their amazing voices too. We have so many amazing brains and wisdom and insights and so many different types of dynamics here. So I always love hearing your perspectives too. Covered it pretty well, 100% accurate. Awesome. And yes, my sweet little kitten is saying if you want to join the chat, join Patron for next time. And I'm speaking that in her voice. It's adorable. She sounds like the little kitten at the end of the Yzma cat on Emperor's New Groove. When Yzma gets turned into a cat, spoiler alert, Yzma gets turned into a cat. She sounds like the Yzma cat. You have no questions, but you're learning. Yeah, I can't think of anything left out. Spot on. All right. Well, I guess I just can check that one off the list. All right, Esri. Hi, I am so glad you are here with us tonight, Esri. Esri's not in the main thing. Esri, if you would like to watch what we're doing, can someone help Esri out? Because they're not watching live, but they're asking questions, and I would love them to be able to watch live when I answer their question. So Esri asks, How does one rebuild trust when there is past trauma from abuse? Oh, maybe Esri's watching on YouTube. Ezra, are you watching on YouTube and typing here? Look at you, you genius. Watching on YouTube. I put that together so fast. I'm feeling so validated right now. Esri, love it. So glad you're here. All right, so how does one rebuild trust when there is past trauma from abuse? Absolutely. So Esri, this is a deep question. And I just want to start out by saying, I don't know if you're asking on behalf of yourself or on behalf of someone that you love, but I want to just stop and apologize on the behalf of whoever was hurtful, whoever was abusive, whoever created that trauma in your life or in the life of someone that you care about. I know that you probably did not get an apology. I apologize on their behalf. What happened to you or what happened to your loved one should never have happened to you or your loved one or someone that you care about. So if this is a personal thing, my heart goes out to you. If you are working with someone in your life that is processing some things, my heart goes out to them. So I think when you are healing, and this is I have to be very broad. Thank you, Dawn. I have to be very broad on this answer because not all trauma therapy is the same, because not all trauma is the same. And so you will have different areas that are manifesting. And Esri, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I will make room for you. Because this is really important, because you deserve to heal, and you deserve to not, you or whoever in your life deserves to be free. So I think the key on rebuilding trust specifically, which is what you asked, is trust takes time. Trust takes so much time. When you have had trauma and abuse from people who have never acknowledged what they've done, or who laugh it off or dismiss it, or you've never gotten that validation that you need. Rebuilding trust, because lack of trust is a pattern, and it's a taught pattern. And so I think you need to be around safe people and people who are trustworthy. Not everyone that you feel like you want to extend your trust to deserves your trust. And that's a big thing, is I think a lot of trauma survivors have a lot of hurt and have a lot of pain and have a need to be loved, we all do, but it's even more intense when you haven't had that, when you've had a void of that. And when you have had that pattern, you are so eager to connect. And oftentimes that eagerness / desperation to connect can lead you to trust too soon, to give up too much of your information too soon. So I think the key in rebuilding trust is take as much time as you need. And the people who love you and care about you and want to be in your life will 100% not only respect your pace, but honor your pace and be happy to go at your pace. They won't get offended that you don't trust them. They won't take it personally. If you need to rebuild trust, you're going to need to look for patterns, because we said earlier, patterns don't lie. So if patterns don't lie, then you need time to see the patterns, right? Because if you've been manipulated, lied to, all of those things, you need an opportunity to rebuild that trust in a way and at a pace that feels right for you. And all of us should take the time to do so. Even if you consider yourself free of past trauma, you had a wonderful childhood, whatever, we all need to take the time to trust, to build that safety and that trust with people. So I think that's the key. Take as much time as you need. And the people who should be in your life will be 100% supportive of you going slow, of you maybe withholding some information at first. Oh my goodness, what is happening in the chat right now? I don't even know. They're just throwing up gifts now. What in the world? So, take time, and the people who are safe will respect that. Just have trust issues, and I understand that. And the people who love you and care about you and are safe for you to trust won't put any pressure on you. It's the toxic ones, the ones that want to take advantage of you and manipulate you and betray you and lie to you. Those are the ones that'll get fussy with you when you go slow in building relationship. Those are the ones that'll get impatient with you and demanding and all of those things when you're trying to build relationship. Okay? Say, Matt, 30 minutes left of my hour. My goodness. Okay. Oh, my babies are crying. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. We need to move on to a happy question. But I'm sure a lot of these are happy tears. I'm actually just joking. I'm sure a lot of these are happy tears. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry, especially when you feel validated, when you feel seen and you haven't felt seen before. It's okay. Tears aren't bad. Emotions aren't bad. What makes emotions toxic is when the emotions rule over you and you don't rule over your emotions. And that's not ever the hierarchy. You're not your emotions, because emotions are part of your soul. And you have a soul, but you are not a soul. You're a spirit with a soul, and a soul is your mind, your ability to think and reason, your emotions, your ability to feel, and your will, your ability to choose, because you're not a mindless, choiceless robot. So you are a spirit with a soul living in a body. That spirit should be in control of your soul. That spirit should make that soul, those emotions, its slave, because emotions make wonderful slaves, but terrible, terrible masters. And so if you have the presence of emotions, especially if you've suppressed them for so long, it's going to feel foreign when they start coming back up. But it's okay if they do. It's okay if they do. You don't have to be afraid of your emotions. All right? So let's move on to the next question here. And thank you so much, my kitten. Could you please tell me when I have 10 minutes left? So I can start winding it down and then reverse the exit process if I remember correctly. All right. I am loving this no delay on the chat. I'm loving it so much. I'm loving my new pad and my new fireplace. And I'm loving I love that it's so quick. It's wonderful. I feel more connected to all of you. All right. Let's see here. Did that one. All right. All right. So this one is also really good. I really enjoyed this question, and I think we're going to spend the last portion of the time on this question. Zara is enjoying little poke fun in little space right now. All right. So here we go. This next question came from, I knew it, Mathos or Mathos, or I don't know how you pronounce that phonetically, but that's what I was assuming. And then you just confirmed it. Y'all are snuggled up together. You're just like sinking into little space. She's plotting. After talking to me, she's plotting. All right, here we go. Wow. See? And they fight like my children too. All right, you hope so? You hope she's plotting? Well, you have to be a very good boy, because only little good boys, and we're talking over the age of 18, always. No minors in kink. No minors in kink. Okay. We're talking about a MDLB relationship between a husband and wife right now. YouTube. All right. Anyway. Here we go. Our next and final question here is, and I love this. Oh, we're gonna get deep again here. Ready? My girlfriend is a super sub. Okay. We're gonna have to stop and break this down as we go. My girlfriend is together since '08. Look at you. Wonderful. My girlfriend is a super sub. So I'm feeling like not a masochistic brat and has a CNC kink, but I am also a submissive male. Do you think this method would work for me to effectively act as a dom by commanding her to do what I wish she would do to me? Maybe that doesn't make too much sense, but I'm trying to make it work. We are fantastic. We are a fantastic match outside of the bedroom, but during sex things, they've been too vanilla. She can't be dominant, but I've been easing into the idea of being the dom. I just need certain things to turn me on that involve her doing things to me. I don't really get turned on by going on the attack, if you know what I mean. I just need help, and I'm not sure how to move forward. Okay. Woo! All right. Processing this one a little bit. So let's break this down. We have a super sub with a CNC kink he labels himself as a submissive male, but he acknowledges that he's a switch. He acknowledges that he's been easing into the idea of being the dominant, okay? So there's an open door, CNC, consensual non-consent, yes. So easing into the idea of being a dom. So there's an open door there. And then he goes on to say, I just need certain things or triggers, so to speak, to turn me on that involve her doing things to him. So he's expressing the fact that he has some desires from a top perspective. I feel like we have a submissive switch on our hands. I don't think like super sub, I'll solve all your problems. I think like she's super subby. A man wrote this. So, subby puddle. She's subby puddle. So is anyone else tracking with me? That's the conclusion I'm getting. That although he identifies himself as a submissive male, he's actually a submissive switch. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like we need to start there. Make sense? Is anyone else seeing that? So I think, and he's identifying that she is not a switch. And I think that's what cued me in additionally to the super sub. Is she's a super sub with the CNC kink, and CNC is all about I want to be overpowered and handled. All right? And then we have she can't be dominant. So she's very sub. I don't think we have any switch with her. And she's also, okay, but he goes, I don't really get turned on by going on the attack. So I feel like maybe they've had this conversation before where she's trying to explain that kind of energy. I want to feel like predatory, right? I want you to feel kind of predatory and on the attack, so to speak. But he's going, I don't get turned on by being on the attack. That indicates to me that he is a more soft dom type. So we have a submissive switch soft dom is the conclusion I'm coming to right now based off of this. Anyone tracking with me? Are you all just like trying to hold on? Okay, so because this is where we have to start. Because really everything is very, very simple. We just have to get it in its right categories. So we've got that going on. So he doesn't know how to move forward. Here's my advice. I think potentially, and this is something that Miss Elle's Kitten and myself are going to do some podcasts about, I think potentially the CNC kink might be expressing an unmet need. And I think maybe if this submissive switch soft dom starts infusing smaller, more manageable acts of dominance, that CNC kink might die down and he will feel empowered and she will feel like she's getting her needs met too. That's what I'm seeing here. So, and I'll break down kind of what led me to that. So, to vanilla. So I think this is maybe more her complaint because he's going, I don't get turned on by going on the attack. So things have been too vanilla. So I think if this soft dom switch type, if you were start doing things that not a full CNC scene where it is a start to finish role play, okay? Because you're saying that doesn't get you in that space, right? She wants you in that space, but it doesn't really get you in that space. But I need to be in that space to do what she likes. What do? I understand your frustration. It seems very, very confusing. I think what needs to happen here is you need to infuse smaller, more manageable acts. So ask her, sit down and ask her, what things does she like about CNC? If she says she has a CNC kink, what does she like about it? Get these questions out of her. Is it a feeling? Is it an act? Is it a phrase that you could say? Is it an outfit? Is it an accessory? Is it a combination of the two? What about it really gets to her that sinks her into subspace in the way that she's looking for? There's something about CNC play that she gets. She gets something positive out of it. Ask her what that is. And then I would start infusing things like that throughout your dynamic and throughout your play, especially your sexy time, okay? Whenever things are too vanilla, maybe if you were to just, see, I don't know what I can say without getting here on YouTube, but if you were to do some things that physically made you more dominant. Is anyone getting what I'm saying? Two people talking, dominant, submissive. Okay? If you were to, I'm going to have to start miming things. Maybe do a little bit of, I have something on my neck, you guys. That's all I'm doing. I just have something on my neck. That's all I'm doing. Okay? All I'm doing, maybe things like that. I also, you guys, I need to brush my hair back a little bit. Oh, I need to brush my hair back a little bit, you guys. Things like that might start bridging that gap. Okay? Y'all tracking with me? Tracking with me? What am I even saying? There's nothing to track with. Nothing to track with. So I think if you were to infuse elements like that into your sexy time, hey, I can do some kinky charades. Absolutely. Let's do it. So well, here's the thing, naughty seductress, I never advise that to solve a problem. Never ever bring a third or fourth or whatever party into your relationship to solve a problem, because all you're going to do is bring that third party into your problem. I also don't think seeking out professional help should ever be your first option. Because the goal of BDSM and the goal of relationship and the goal of DS in relationship is to build connection, is to build intimacy. When you and your partner, even if it's consensual, start connecting with other people, oh, that is lessening a connection here. If it's a professional, I'm now looking to that professional to meet the need versus trying to figure out how that need can be met in my current relationship. Yes, if you and your partner get to the place where you are happy, you're content, and you would like to open the relationship, you would like to explore different dynamics, I think that's great as long as you and your partner have fully communicated, fully consented, and are both fully confident and comfortable with it. In situations like this, I think it's a lack of communication 95 or more percent of the time. And I'm feeling that here very much so, where there's kind of this stereotypical, both of them are kind of looking at CNC play or that kink through a very, very stereotypical lens, possibly a very rigid role play lens, and there's no flexibility in how those elements can be executed outside of that scene. And I think if those elements are executed outside of the scene, both parties will actually find a tremendous amount of fulfillment without having to put in the work of bringing in someone else and facilitating that, or all of the additional communication that goes into having an open relationship, or meeting with a professional and setting boundaries around all of that. So I think it saves everyone time and emotional heartache, really, if you just start there. Yes, you can work your way into those other things if need be, but I think the majority of the time, people are just not talking. And when they are talking, it's not effective communication. And it's a shame that no one really teaches these communication techniques because they're very vital. And that's part of what we do in my dominant training sessions is we break down what is being said, what's not being said, and all of the nuances that take place in the dynamic. So I would advise our couple to have some conversations for the dominant in this who views yourself as a submissive male. I think what you've identified is that you are a submissive switch, and when you switch, it's more of a soft dom. You don't get very predatory and aggressive unless there's a sexual element, unless you're sexually aroused. So start there. And I think what you said about commanding in a scene, commanding your very submissive girlfriend to do acts that pleased you, as long as those acts aren't on her limit list, I think that's a really, really great way of starting to flex your dominant muscles. And maybe you're doing things or having her do things that arouse you and get you in that vibe and get you in that energy. And once you get there, then you can start amping up the aggression or maybe moving into that kind of CNC role play or something like that she would like. But I think it's a lot of pressure that you're putting on yourself by expecting you to go from zero dominant energy to CNC role play. I think you're going to need to build your way into it. And I think your open door, as you said, is through sexual arousal. And in doing so, I think it will absolutely build that sense of submission she's looking for, that gap in the power exchange that she's looking for, and maybe that intensity. And go back to some of the gestures that I did before. Take some notes there. All right. So, anyone have any thoughts, feelings, insights, anything you'd like to add about that? And thank you so much, Naughty Seductress, for chiming in. I think that there are many benefits to having partners who are grounded and humble and great communicators and are open to exploring their relationship and their dynamic. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I think that's a great point that you brought up. Super sub means sub is at critical point, and sub is literally in a million pieces. Yes. Subby puddle. Subby puddle and subby shuffle are two terms, verbs, and adjectives. And I think they've been used as nouns a couple of times. And if you join Patreon and join Discord, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. All right. How much time do we have? 10 minutes? Yes. All right, perfect. We have 10 minutes left, which means, oh my gosh. That's this, and sub wiggle, subby shuffle, sub wiggle. Yeah. They're one and the same. They're one and the same. All right. I want to open this up to you because I feel like all of these other questions are going to get us on a tangent. My goodness. Yeah, these are all really juicy questions. I have like 5 pages of juicy, delicious kink questions. So, if you've enjoyed this, come on over to the next one. We're doing 2 a month. 2 live Q&As a month because I've got so many questions to go through. Super Q&A. Yes. Does anyone else have any questions, comments, perspectives, insights, nuggets of wisdom and advice that you would like to share with our beautiful YouTube community that's watching us right now? And thank you. I have no idea. YouTube isn't even pulled up, so I have no idea how many people are even watching right now. But if there's anyone watching other than Esri, I'm so glad that you decided to join us tonight. If you want to chat next time and engage with us, then you can absolutely do so. Just head on over to patreon.com/LXerotica. Join the $15 tier and up, and you'll get access to every live event we do a month. And as a community, we do 4 live events a month, 1 every single week. 2 of those being kinky Q&As. One of us. Yes, but not in a creepy way. Also, at the end of this month, because I know that we have a lot of new people here, not a cult. Also, not a cult. No. Anyway, it's like you're scaring them off, children. One of us. We're not a cult. Oh my gosh, children. We're the Kinky Waltons, okay? We're the LX Army. We're the Kinky Waltons. All right. Nope. Why am I hearing things? What in the world just happened? You don't know? What happened? You didn't do it? I have no idea what's going on. Okay, it was just like, it was a little flutter there for a second. Okay. All right. We'll figure that out. You have to sign off. So sorry. You heard it too? Oh, you all heard it too. Okay. Don't be sorry, Natalia. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. We're about to wrap it up. It's the cult of Esri! One of us! One of us! Esri for the win! Yes! Esri, that was amazing. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Well done. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, on that note, maybe we should just sign off. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out what that little tweet thing was. Watch, it was probably like something putting you in the closet. But BDSM is not a closet to come out of. It is a buffet to choose from. Okay? That might have been one of Tech God's like crypto notifications. I don't know. You're thanking me for hosting. Well, thank you for showing up and letting me host. I have so enjoyed all of your company this evening. Thank you all for your wonderful insights and for your contributions and your energy. And you guys are all absolutely amazing. I love you all so much. It had better be a big closet with internet. Now we're spiraling down to... So you're turning Graham into Guillermo now? Miss Elle's kitten? Yes, Mama. Yes, Mama. Okay, wonderful. We've thoroughly enjoyed our first Q&A. Thank you. Okay, well, what I was saying, Zara, they both sound good. They've got some zaza zing to them. Zara. Zara? Zara. It is an A. Okay. So anyway, Zazazoo. Well, thank you, shy little darling, for being here. For those of you who are new, like Shy Little Darling and like Zara, we've got, and like Mathos or Mathos, and they still haven't told me how to pronounce his name. We're going to do Sadistic Sims. Not next week, but the Friday after. And it's pretty epic. Happy Screech, it's where I create you, and we play with you in the game, and we have a whole bunch of naughty things in the game, and a whole bunch of animations and pieces of furniture and locations and activities. So, hope everyone's well. I'm so glad you're here. Like your charades? Yes, like my charades. Now, the thing is, Graham Sim died last time while we were out partying, and when we got home, his urn was in the foyer, and now he started haunting their house. Because we put everyone together in the same house. You all live together in The Sims, and Papa Ghost. He's Papa Growl's Graham Ghost. Papa Graham's. Is that what it's called in Scotland instead of Papa John's? Papa Graham's Growly Ghost. I mean, maybe we should just make a character that can never die. Maybe we just... Great. But anyway, we do all kinds of fun things. That's not next week, week after. But anyway, we have a live event every Friday together. Instead of he has a ghost howl, he has a ghost growl. Yes! Look at you. Look at you, Zaza Zing. She's on it. She's on it. So yes, we have a lot of fun. And poor Matt, we're always playing with Matt. And he's such a good sport about it. You can watch a clip of what we did on Patreon to Matt. The title of the post on Patreon is called Good Pets Sleep in the Closet. And that's all I'm going to say. If you'd like to watch that clip of Sadistic Sims, go over to my Patreon and watch it. It was hilarious. I could not stop laughing, and you'll pick up on that if you go watch the clip. I love being able to obey your commands. I just drink it in. You envy his closet, lucky boy. See, Shy Little Darling has the same thing with the closet thing, just like you, kitten. I think it's an INFJ sub thing. We've got the tickling thing. We've got the closet thing. Do either of them get a door? Yes! I need her out and about and working and cleaning and helping and doing things. Absolutely. Get a kitten door. Yeah, that we have to crawl through. I see you, Shy Little Darling. I got you. All right. Just love being able to show my love for the beautiful puppy kennel. It was a great puppy kennel. And then we renovated a Japanese bathhouse and turned it to a kinky Japanese bathhouse. What do we call it? Bed, bathe, and beyond? What do we call it? Bad Bath and Beyond? Bad Bath and Beyond. And we used Matt as a light fixture on the wall down the hallway. It was epic. And Matt looked very happy to be there, too. You need to go there. It was epic. I'll take you on a tour of all of our places. I've made a nightclub, I've made a dungeon, I've made a kinky bathhouse. You can find it all on Patreon. Anyway, that's an hour. Okay, look at me, just killing time left and right. Wish you can make yourself useful for all. Love being able to serve. You are so sweet, Matt, and you do a very great job in Sadistic Sims. So if you'd like to join us for those shenanigans, you can go over to that little flaming link, patreon.com/LXerotica, and join us next time. And also join us next week because we're going to do this again. We're going to connect together as a kinky family and answer your questions, not only from my Discord, but you on YouTube and my Instagram and Twitter if anyone wants to tweet in a question. All right. So let's go ahead and say good night. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Sue. Good night, Sue Ann. I don't know. God. Good night. Okay, well, Miss L's kitten and Mr. Growls, you can't leave because you have to tell me how to get off of here. All right? Don't leave. Everyone else can leave. I mean, if you guys want to watch this really awkward, cut of the live, you can totally do that too. You're welcome to. All right. Nighty night. All right, so I'm going to go over here to YouTube right now and shut that down over there, yeah? Good night, Adam. I'm so glad you guys were here. Yes, Mama. All right, so I just go over here to end stream. All right, so I am going to say good night to kicking all my babies out of Discord, setting them to bed over here. So I'm going to wish you all on YouTube the exact same thing. Good night. Sweet dreams. I was so good to hang out with you. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. And you can join me again next Friday and again the following Friday for some cute community events on Patreon. Patreon.com/LXerotica. All right. Good night, babies. See you next time.